Hello friends, hello, hello, hello. How are you all doing? Let's see. One drunk man, as usual, the first person. Zamnova, Garlic, hello, Lana. The Faro, hello. One drunk man, you got a Greek beige extra. Thank you for your support. For those who are unaware, GMK Greek Beige add-on kit is currently on novelkeys.xyz. It's an extra, so you can actually use the promo code Thunder to get 5% off as well. 5% off $35 is actually not too much, but you know, it's still there. Pseudonym 21, hello. Zerkovsky, where do you even find Nixies? Well, on Nixdorf brand keyboards probably. Or, you know, I'm sure there's people out there with stashes of them and stuff, but they're just waiting for the right time to sell them or something. Probably, right? I mean, they go for a ridiculous amount of money, right? So that's probably what it is. Akarshi, what's up? Waiting for my shitty ML algo to train. Perfect timing. Oh, are you into machine learning stuff? I was going to take a machine learning class, but I ended up not taking it because now I'm technically off school. But it was really hard, like the first few assignments that we had to do. Like I was so stuck because most because of the math, I guess. The math is kind of hard, but I mean I got the hang of it, and then but it was like really tedious. Yeah, I feel so Pepega. I clicked on your channel and somehow ended up watching the VOD. Oh, it sometimes happens. It like autoplay stuff, I think. It's weird. Yeah, Twitch has been changing their UI a little bit. So that could explain that, I think. So a bit earlier stream today, as you can obviously notice. Yeah, starting a little early because I also want to end a little bit early, and yeah, more importantly, just because want to try to catch a few more people out there who might might prefer an earlier stream, but we'll see. We'll see how we do today. Hey, Jampot, hello, hello. Flash 3D, hello. So excited for this sucker struck. Thank you so much for the follow and for being excited. I work in quantitative training, a lot of math and shit. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's I mean, props to you. I think that's impressive. I mean, I'm into quantitative stuff as well, but I guess I never had like a lot of CS training, so I think that probably explains why. Dustin Bang, hello. Jack Static, hello. Mr. Jack Static / Mint Autumn, hello, hello. Karma, hello. Alright, well, I don't have too much today. Let's see, what did I... Ah, yes. I have some cool mail to show. I posted some photos out there, but maybe if you haven't seen, I can show some stuff. I'll be right back. But so today I got this cool I got the Dolce R5 collaboration keycaps from ArtKey. So I put them on my Dolce pack. Hopefully it focuses. Is it focusing at all? Let me see. Yeah, okay. So these guys, Sirius, Devourer, and Bull V2. Yeah. So I was kind of surprised. Like the colors are a pretty good match to the stock colors as well as the turquoise here. I mean, the lighting here is pretty terrible, but they have a little bit more blue, I think, instead of green. But yeah, they actually got the turquoise custom color pretty close, which is pretty impressive considering that they didn't have any like plastic chips to work with. So I was impressed. So yeah, first time I see this sculpt, the Devourer, and it looks pretty cool. I mean, I don't think it's kind of my thing, like it's kind of creepy, but the Sirius and the Bull are super clean, super nice. Just very pleased. Just wanted to show those. Aside from that, I have a little bit of a, I mean, I had some other mail stuff, but you know, we can get right into it. Let me see. Let's see, was there anything else I needed to announce? Oh, yeah, I forgot about this. So last stream, I forgot to unbox this guy. I actually realized that I had forgotten to unbox this after I had finished stream. And so this is the Keycult wrist rest. I bought it obviously to match the board. But yeah, I totally forgot to unbox it. It was like in its cardboard box next to me, but yeah, I built the board and I was like, oh, I'm kind of tired, so I'm just gonna be done with it. And so yeah, but I forgot. I mean, I don't really use wrist rests, but I figured I might as well get something matching for this guy. It's because it's just like perfect height and everything, right? Like it's basically like custom matched. So I really like that idea. So yeah, that's why I got it. But I mean, I don't really use any wrist rests, generally speaking, because my hands do float. My wrists do float above the board and the desk. So yeah, I don't really like do this basically. Hey. All right. This board costs more than me? Come on, Sensei, please. You're just exaggerating. But anyway, yeah, it's pretty nice. And the 160 has been a delight to type on. So today we have, so these are the, let's see, these are some of the keycaps we're gonna use. We're gonna use some CRP today. We got the Nixdorf Cherry MX Black switches, so they're from Nixdorf branded keyboards. If you don't know what it is, it's fine. You can look it up, but these are very expensive switches in the aftermarket. Basically, they're the only reason they are expensive is because they're rare, and they have this like milky top housing. Basically, yeah, recolored vents is actually a very accurate description of what this is. So basically, yeah, they're like recolored vents. But they're expensive just because they're rare, because they only come in certain, like basically like 2 models of keyboards that are Nixdorf branded. So Nixdorf, you know, was Siemens Nixdorf is like a brand, and they commissioned like Cherry to make these keyboards with these switches, and so that's why they're rare and expensive. They go for like $5 or $6 a pop in the market, so super expensive. So for a full keyboard, you're talking about $400 or $500. What's the point of a wrist rest if your wrist float like mine? I mean, I know that. It's just an aesthetic option, Jam Pot. Of course, I only got the wrist rest because it's aesthetically pleasing. But, I mean, other than that, yeah. And I think we just got some stabs here. Okay, so that aside. IMO, it's like 80% vintage black, 20% ink maybe. The only real difference is Nixies have like 0 wobble for some reason. So I think the top housings are a bit tight fitting for sure. Yeah. But yeah. Alright. At that point, just get Milky Gator on blacks and rock out. I mean, yeah, you won't notice the difference, to be honest. Like, to think that it's gonna be much different from other switches is like, you know, kind of ludicrous. It is just what it is, you know. You just kind of live with it. Oh, Mr. Zekin, hello. Thank you so much for the tier 1 for 5 months. Welcome back. It's just to flex the months. Yeah, you could say that. It definitely is a flex-worthy sort of thing. But yeah, so let's unpack stuff. Zambuman, hello. So here we have our little flexible plates. I had to do a bit of a hack job on this. When the client sent me this, the plates had incorrect cutouts for the spacebar and the enter, so I shaved it off a little bit and sanded it slightly. It doesn't really look so noticeable, right? So I did a decent job. And this part is also a hack job. So this was a blocker. It was completely blocked. It was completely blocked. And I basically cut it out with an X-Acto knife and sanded it a little bit. Hello, Poner. How are you? Are you here to gatekeep again? Anyway, so I cut this out because obviously we have the 910 badge that was going to fit over here. And the light's going to come out. So yeah, I mean, that's basically why I did a bit of a hack job for that. Worked out. Have you applied for the self-promo content creator role? Zambumon, where is this content creator role? I have no idea what you're talking about. I think, didn't Soran say the exact same thing to me? I have zero clue. What role? Anyway. And we have a PCB here. So this PCB is a 910 PCB by McLovin, I think. It's the HANA 910 Revision 1 PCB. Has these really bright lights and is still USB mini. And pretty much supports like every layout possible. Yeah. McLovin. Yo, Juan, what's up, man? Thank you so much for the Twitch Prime sub. Poner's a keeper. That he is. So here we have our board. Let's undo this bad boy. Da-da-da-da-da-dum. So here's our board. Da-dun. Where does one obtain Teha Types cloths? Teha Types cloths will come with the Teha Types TX bags. There was a collaboration sale for that. So we have a black top, blue bottom, light blue bottom TGR 910. And this is actually an original TGR 910. Hey Milk! Just stopping in to say hi. Have a good stream, Diego. Bye bye. Sounds good. Thank you so much for stopping by, Milk, and thanks for the info earlier. Have a good evening. Milk has a question. What question? Lightning TX bags when? Would you guys like Lightning TX bags? I mean, I could ask for a collab, but like I think it would be very expensive. As in, I don't know how much they would sell. Yeah, I don't think they would sell, but I don't think I'm that popular yet. That's some wild anno mismatch. Yeah, look at that. Look at that mismatch, dude. It's black and less black. Anyway, so this is an original TGR 910. So this original TGR 910, there were, as you can see, there are 23 units. So this is 16 out of 23. So 23 units were sold in the original TGR 910 group buy, and then there were about, I believe, 16 to 18 more units done through friends and family. And then there was TGR 910 CE, VKC, RE poly, and then RE aluminum. So basically there's quite a few TGR 910s out there actually. So if someone tells you TGR 910s in general are rare, maybe the original one might be, and the friends and family ones, which is called SE. But otherwise, don't concern yourself over rarity. It's stupid. You're just gonna end up getting scammed. So yeah. Wait, happy birthday? Whose birthday? Am I Mexican? Yes, I am Mexican. Here we have our little poly piece for the badge, our plate screws. Never heard of Teja before. Lightning silver top, blue bottom. When? I don't know. When will that be? To be fair though, I don't want a silver top, blue bottom. Specifically, I want it to be silver case, blue accent. It has to be some form of accent. It can't just be like a half-half. So like it would work on like a key cult number 2, for example, because the bottom piece is just a cover, which is like an accent. But it does not apply for something like a regular, like this case, because it has just 2 halves. Lightning bash 15% more expensive than Taya, confirmed. Y'all crazy. I'm not sure people would buy that though. I don't know. Anyway, I don't think there's too much else to show you from this case unless you want to see anything else, but basically it's just 910 badge goes here, 16 out of 23, brass, very patinaed and dirtied up brass weight through the bottom case, just very thick, very big, has a 910 logo, TGR, that's it. It's nothing special aside from that, but it's still a very nice board. You can tell that their anodizing was not perfect back then. It has some streaking and some like discoloring. It could be have happened over time too, but I mean I don't know. So is patina dirty brass the way to go versus polish? Well, patina is, you can keep patina. So patina is just like the natural oxidation of the brass, and so it, you know, like the brass will form like a film, and so basically you can leave the patina on there if you enjoy that aesthetic. I mean, some people really embrace it, and other people just say screw it and they just go for brasso and polish it up. You know, you can polish it up if you want to. I think there are some frame drops. Maybe earlier I saw some frame drops, but I'm not seeing them right now if people are seeing them. Let me see. I can check my Twitch thing. No, it looks like it's fine. I see no delay and no frame drops right now. But just refresh if it's an issue. I swear I followed already. Are you sure about that? Question. Tusk. Is this how it is? Question. I see. Frame drops are happening even now? That's so weird because I don't see them on my end. Why is it that I don't see them on my end? Like I don't see the numbers going up, like frame drop numbers going up, and my bit rate's like as high as it can be. Yeah, try refreshing. I think it's kind of weird. I hope you don't have to see the Travis Scott ad though. Your setup's so sleek? My setup's not that sleek. It's kind of messy. Well, actually, not that it's messy, but it's actually more like it's kind of crammed in here because I just have so much shit. Okay, so our PCB works. Bed made. This guy. So this PC is QMK compatible. Here are my fries. I dipped them in the barbecue sauce. They're making another celery McDonald's Zeal. When will they bring me for the McDonald's Zeal? Because I would love to be sponsored by McDonald's. I would like some, like, I don't know, maybe like some French fry variants named after me or something. Lightning fries or some shit. That would be pretty cool, wouldn't it? I mean, in the end, it would probably just be like spicy, like waffle fries or some shit. But, you know, just pretend it's something special. Alright, so it looks like it's already pre-programmed and the layout is whack as hell. So bottom row, we are going to use 7U today. Split backspace, no. Split right shift. Wait, what's... Oh, I see. Lightning shaped fries. That'll be funny. Teja was promoting the Magangbang in the subathon. It was actually not bad. Never heard of it actually. Let me see. Hold up. Wait. Why is? Okay, there we go. Casual McDouble in the stream. Oh man, McDoubles. Let's see. We can maybe put this to delete. What is this? Oh, that means. Oh, I see. Wait, this is like bizarre. Okay, this is like incorrectly done, but it's okay. I'll just leave it. Okay, key tester. Test matrix. All right. I'm Crapback. Hello. Tell them Cactus Jack sent you. Why is a numpad on full-size keyboards? Wait. Why is a numpad on full-size keyboards ortholinear, whereas the alphanumeric is staggered? Good question. I don't know. Maybe because because for a numpad you actually use your entire hand and it's more comfortable to have it ortholinear. And staggered. Remember, staggered is derived from typewriters, right? Like we began to stagger keys and put them in layouts like QWERTY because of typewriters, to like optimize that, like the efficiency of that. And so that kind of stuck over time. So that kind of explains the staggeredness of things because of the mechanism of typewriters, right? Like basically you had to stagger it so that the typewriter keys would not bind as you press them, like one next to the other. So that explains the non-ortholinearity of it. I have to say I'm not sure about the numpad thing. Oh, I have an idea. Numpads did not exist until later. I don't think there's typewriters with numpads. There's only keyboards with numpads, right? So that would explain it. Well, at least that's an educated guess. Would that explain it? Like because it was feasible to do numpads in ortholinear format in a keyboard, but not in a typewriter, right? I don't know. Just a guess, though. Alright. Haven't had McDonald's since 2019? Man, that's healthy. Good for you. That's awesome. Oh my god, VA is like having a rough time today. I'm just gonna close it. Alright, so our thing works. What am I building today? I am building a TGR 910 in blue and black. Hello, Jeff's Battle Station. How are you doing? Maybe I'll flip this over so people can see what it is from, even if it's from this side, like that. There we go. There we go. People now can see what it is. Fancy, indeed. Fancy stuff. Diego, tell me you are hopping on the Andromeda. It's coming soon, right? I have to say I really like it. I like the curves on the sides and all that. It really looks so clean and stuff. But to be honest right now, despite me doing all these streams and building, I'm kind of short on money. Just generally speaking, like I'm not in the best place to be spending money extravagantly. Like I really shouldn't be doing it. So I think might likely save. Yeah, it's just kind of rough time for me. Yeah, it's like no real source of income. I'm kind of living on savings right now. So are 910 south facing spacebar stat wires? No, they're all north. Or is that just the undersized McLovin? Wait, hold up. This is north. This is north facing. Enters north facing. So basically, left shift and backspace are south. Enter and spacebar are north. That's also on the original 910. I know that for a fact because I've seen 910 PCBs. Okay, cool. Let's see. Thoughts on ergo keyboards? Why aren't they more popular? Because people don't want to switch their typing style. That's why they're not so popular. Also because non-standard layouts require non-standard keycaps. So if like thinking in the OEM sort of world, if you're making an ergonomic keyboard, you have to also make the keycaps for them, and then you have to like keep a supply. So it's hard to justify that for a limited audience. If it were more popular, I'm sure we would see a lot more ergo stuff, but I don't think that's the case. Do you know any cable makers that build with LEMO connectors similar to yours? Thanks. So the connector here, this one is a YC8, and yeah, this one's like a fake LEMO, sort of like a pseudo LEMO. Someone else, like a friend of mine, just built it and sent it over. But like so they're not a vendor. I think I mean, I know like Zap Cables did LEMO kits for a while, but they don't do like custom orders anymore. If you want like YC8 cables like this one, you can do like cup cables. They do that. Cruise Control Cables does that. Cruise Control Cable also does like a lot of weird other connectors like mini XLR and whatnot. So I mean, if you have a specific connector you want to use, your best bet is to ask the cable makers out there. A lot of them do. I mean, like if you do, I mean, I would probably just search on Mech Market, to be honest with you. But there's quite a few makers who do like LEMO, pseudo LEMO sort of connectors. Zeus Cables does LEMO. I don't know if they do custom. Yeah, I don't know either. That's the thing. I've only bought cables like a few times, and so like I don't pay too much attention to cable makers after I like satisfied my cable needs. So yeah, I think your best bet is to just look on Mech Market. Let me see. Good afternoon, Gringo. How are you? 24th of October, Canon keys for Andromeda. Most likely will be from first come, first serve. Yeah, it'll probably be botted, to be honest with you. Sick Online. Thank you so much for the Twitch Prime. Usually only see a stack hole bulging out of the bottom on south-facing spacebar is why I'm asking. Yeah. So Juan, if you have a south-facing spacebar, you do require a thicker bezel on the bottom to make to account for the footprint, for the extended PCB footprint. So just so you know, you do have to account for it, like in your design. Why do you have so many coolers behind you? Oh, Lala Bob. So the coolers is because I had some stuff sent from my parents, and they used the coolers to send me stuff. So that's why I just have them accumulated. Like, you know, I like clean them and just stack them up. But I mean, they're not in use because I have no use for them right now. I mean, I could use them for like drinks and stuff, but I don't really buy too much of that. Top 5 favorite anime series. Oh, that's a tough question. But if I had to say Steins Gate, Code Geass, this is a tough one though. I mean, I guess ReZero for sure right now because it's like peak of the hype for me. I don't know what other two to name though. There's so many in my head. There's an old series I really like Trigun. It's a really good one. It's old, but it's really good. But yeah, anyway. There's a lot of good anime series. I mean, I also consume a lot of anime, so like, it's kind of tough to say, to be honest with you. KVS, hello. How are you doing? What was your favorite build ever? My favorite build ever. Favorite build ever. That's a tough question. I am actually not sure. My favorite build ever. I have to go back I don't think I can decide right now. I would have to go back in my pictures and stuff to see. Oh, sorry about that question. What's your opinion on alpacas? Alpacas are good. Alpacas are great, excellent switches. They're smooth. They're relatively easy to get. Yeah, they're nicely colored. I like the color on them. You're gonna choose for me later this month, U80 Soya or Andromeda? Okay. I think between those two, my answer is very easy. I think among those two, I would immediately pick the Andromeda. Just because I like the Andromeda's design better. U80 is nice, but I'm not into the thick bezels.
The stream, sorry to hear it's a rough patch, I know how that goes. Can't wait to continue to watch you build.
Thank you, Tactiles, for the 1,100 bits. And, you know, thank you so much for your kind words. And for your support. Thank you so much. But anyway, have you watched Haikyuu? Yes. So Henry Zhang, I watched all of Haikyuu in a week, like a few weeks ago. I watched all of it in a single week. I watched like all 3 seasons and the middle in between things and whatever. Yeah, I just binge watched it all. Yeah, that's how badly I consume anime though. Like when I really get into stuff, I just like consume it. I just devour it. I just, yeah, it's pretty bad. But yeah, Haikyuu's pretty good. I really like Chihaya Furu. That was really good too. The one where they're playing Hakuta, the card game. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, pretty good. Did you watch Death Note? Yeah, of course. Those are classics. Those are like you know, if you mention basically any Shonen Jump sort of favorite, like yeah, I've watched it probably. Like yeah, I'm most definitely a weeb. What's the real question is what's your favorite weeb set question? I think my favorite weeb set right now that I would like to see is GMK Alter. But I think once GMK Frost Witch arrives, I think I'll like that better. To be honest with you. But I'm excited for GMK Alter. I want to see GMK Alter like the fixed version soon. I want to see that. I'm really into the Fate series as well, but I'm not into like the gacha stuff. Or the mobile game and whatnot, yeah. Is the Andromeda buy going to be a group buy or an in-stock? I have no clue, actually. I need to look into the details. Patty. I think someone else could answer that question for you, because I can't look it up right now. Technoman, I did not watch Technoman. Or read, if it is. I shouldn't be 34 and loving shonen? Oh, dude. Psh, whatever. The thing is, I grew up with anime, okay? Like, I grew up watching and reading. Like, watching anime and, like, reading manga or, like, manhwa, like, Korean manhwa and stuff. So, like, for me, anime is just, like, regular TV. I don't consider anime to be anything different from TV. Like, when people say, I'm gonna watch TV, for me, it's I'm gonna watch anime. I would rather watch anime than, like, regular TV, like, 90% of the time. To be honest with you. I feel like there's better premises in anime than I see like in a lot of TV series. Also, a lot of TV series, especially like Western TV series, they like extend for so long, they drag it out. I'm just like, nah. And like because they don't have like a specific source material to go from, like the directors are like coming up with episodes like they're writing these episodes and stuff. Like I mean, there's like writers, right? Like I don't know, I get bored pretty quickly because like sometimes they use different writers and they kind of suck at it, and I don't know. For me, it's just not like not my thing. Like it's just a format that's not my thing. I think the idea of like anime having source, like a primary source, and basing it off that and then adapting it in a unique way, I think is much more fun. Anyway, sorry about that. Let's see. Fire Force, have not watched that. Demon Sword pretty nice. I'm not into Demon Sword, really. Where do I get my keyboard cable from? So, this keyboard cable, like, sorry, this keyboard cable, I got it from a friend of mine, so it's not from a vendor. This keyboard cable, I got it from cupcables.com. So Cupcables is also on Instagram, but I think cupcables.com is probably the best way to reach them. Nectar Care, hello, how are you doing? Age is just a number, I agree. Age is indeed just a number. Only the canon matters in the Fate series. Yeah, Fate series is great though. Bro, you're an adult, watch what you want? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like I don't understand why people judge based on what you watch TV wise. It's just super dumb though. I get it. I mean, of course, like weeb culture, like otaku or like weeb culture has negative connotations, and obviously it's not good if you're obsessed over something. Nothing in excess is good. Like, duh. And obviously the negative connotations or stereotypes that are, you know, built upon something that's actually like it's factual. So yeah, but if you're not you know, if you're not complicit or participating in that kind of stuff specifically, like within those groups, then it's okay. But you know, do you follow any esports? I used to follow competitive Dota 2, competitive Dota 2, and competitive Overwatch. But other than that, I don't follow any esports anymore. I get bored. Also, I just don't have time to follow esports. Esports is not too interesting for me because I suck at games. Also, oh my goodness. So I just saw Anonymous Cheer, thank you so much for the 1,000 bits. Anonymous Cheer, thank you so much for the 500 bits. I don't know why someone is being anonymous, but thank you so much for the cheers and for the bits. Thank you so much. Trying to catch up with chat today is very hard. I don't know why I'm like slow today. Let's see. Is it because Demon Sword has the wrong legends? Yeah, that definitely contributes to it. I definitely am not into wrong legend stuff. It feels like it's defiling the language for me, or like the layout in general. Yuri! Hello! ¿Cómo estás, Yuri? Yuri, hello my friend. How are you doing? Thank you so much for the raid. Bienvenidos, amigos. Nice patina on the TGR, I agree. It's a nice patina on the weight. Yuri, I heard, I listened to a podcast in Spanish where you were featured, I think. It was like La secta de los teclados mecánicos. It was a fun listen. Let me see. Dota prize pool 40 mil. Got approached by a cool dude. Was fun. That's awesome, dude. I thought it was fun. I mean, I think it's fun when keyboards get featured in media. It's just like interesting to see how people react. But at the same time, I kind of cringe thinking about it too, because yeah, sometimes it's just like I can tell they're judging, or I can tell that they're thinking something specific, and I'm just like, yeah, that's not cool. But I mean, I get it too though, because from the outside, it clearly looks like we're like kind of crazy. I mean, we kind of are. We really are. I mean, especially like spending habits and whatnot that people have. I mean, obviously there's like the stupid typical RMK meme. Oh my god, my wallet's so empty. You know, but like, yeah. What type of connector is on the gray cable? This gray cable is like a fake limo sort of cable, Faro. The Nat 910 would be amazing with shark bait. I have never seen GMK shark bait. I would imagine, I can imagine what it looks like though, but I don't think we're gonna be using some beige because that's what we got from the client today. in because I kind of want to see it with beige too. But yeah. How many languages can you speak fluently? 3. I used to be able to speak 4 languages fluently, but I can only do 3 now. I lost touch with the 4th one because I just never practiced it enough. And I kind of wish I learned more, but I didn't have the chance. I do want to learn more though. Will you get a 7V Proto? Probably not, no. I think the 7V Protos all went out to Mr. Nathan and Miss Apiary. So no, I will not be getting a 7V Proto. The prototype phasing, the prototyping phase is already long gone. It's long over. We're already we're like, you know, that keyboard's already in production, so nothing to do with prototyping anymore. So let's see, left shift, spacebar, enter. Okay. Yeah, so the beige one, so this beige cable has a YC8, but this black one or the gray one over here, they have like sort of like fake Limo sort of like connectors. Like I don't know what the connector exactly is. Like you could probably find it somewhere. But like I know they're not legitimate Limos for sure, because I mean I definitely did not pay a huge amount for them. Because legit Limos are pretty expensive. They're like close to like $100 for like a pair. Spanish, English, and Chinese? No, Korean. Korean. The 4th language used to be Italian, but I lost practice because nobody other than Italians speak Italian. So it makes it a very, very niche language to know. But like if I watch a movie in Italian, I can understand most of it. I can't speak it anymore. It's just been too long. Why so many languages? Well, because I I grew up in Mexico, so there I learned Spanish everywhere, like at school, Korean at home because my parents were Korean, and then English I learned it in like middle school / high school, more so high school, and then kind of mastered it more during college. And then yeah, so yeah. So I learned English like as a 3rd language, I guess. It's more like ESL though, as a 2nd language, because Spanish and Korean were like pretty on par. They're like mother languages, so like mother tongues, so yeah. I love to learn Chinese, but the pronunciation is hard. Yeah, it is. Italian is really similar to Spanish. That is so. Oh, yeah, for sure. It is similar to Spanish. Yeah. Italian is more similar to French though, in the sense that of the structure, like structurally, French has a lot more similarities with Italian, like with respect to like conjugation and grammatical structures and whatnot, like syntax. But yeah, in terms of some wording and like obviously like Latin roots and stuff, yeah, Spanish and French are. I mean, Spanish and Italian are going to be super close because they're all Romance languages in the end. So is Spanish just not in Mexico? Well, no. I mean, Spanish-speaking countries, there's like a ton of them. Yeah, there's a ton of Spanish-speaking countries. I mean, Spanish is a super valuable language to learn for sure. Just like generally speaking. But like, yeah, I mean, for me, I grew up with it, so it's different, you know? Like for me, it's like I think and can like write in Spanish and all those things. Like I grew up in Mexico, so like it's very different. %90 of South America speaks Spanish, yeah. And then there's like Brazil that speaks like Portuguese. And then a few French, like regions, countries. Oops. Let's do this first. Spanish is the fourth most spoken language in the world. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, well, I mean, it depends how you quantify it, because if you quantify it by number of people, obviously, like, Chinese is the biggest. But if you're thinking about number of countries and stuff, then yeah, Spanish is pretty up there, so. Brazil's kind of like a Spanish-Portuguese mix. Yeah, it's not dead on Portuguese. Yeah, I know that, too. Yeah, I'm well aware. I think most people who grow up in Latin America know differences between, like, different countries in Latin America. Because it's like, you encounter it at some point or another, I think. Same with, like, you know, different colloquialisms and, like, slangs in the different Spanish-speaking countries is completely different. Like, speaking Spanish amongst different, like, Latin American people is, like, it can be very difficult. Like, same with, like, especially, like, Caribbean, too. Caribbean countries, like, speak a completely different, like, colloquialism in Spanish. Like, you know, like, Dominicans and, like, Nicaraguans, occasionally I just don't understand them. Because I'm like, wait, what is that word again? And it's like, oh, they're, like, saying something that, like, refers to, like, something that I've never heard about, like, food or, like, you know, some slang for it. But yeah. But that's, you know, normal. Because that's just cultural differences. Differences are mostly slang, yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, you understand each other pretty well, but yeah, slangs are hard to pick up. You gotta grow up with it or something, get used to it. Do you watch telenovelas and Korean dramas? I've watched a lot of Korean dramas, but I didn't watch a lot of telenovelas. Telenovelas also, like, thing about telenovelas is, like, they kind of are a joke. Like, in the sense that, like, the premise of them is, like, very silly sometimes. So for me, it was not captivating. K-dramas, though, it depends. Depends on the show. I mean, there's some that are kind of silly, too, though. Like, equally silly. Telenovelas are the same story and over with different actors. Yeah, that's pretty much right. I mean, so are K-dramas in a way, but K-dramas definitely have had an explosion that, like, has, like, kind of grown with, like, a lot of variety. So it's very different with the Hallyu wave and stuff. What's your top Mexican food dish? What's your top Korean? I don't think much can beat some good tacos for Mexican food, to be honest with you. Like good, like, tacos al pastor or, like, tacos de tripa for me. But I mean, I also really like mole. Like a spicy kind, not sweet. I don't like sweet mole. It has to be, like, a little bit spicy. And, like, dense. Korean dish, though, I think, personally, a good Korean dish that I really like. I like traditional Korean food in general, but I think, like, something that I can't beat easily is, like, a good doenjang jjigae. It's like soybean paste, like, stew, or like kimchi jjigae, which is kimchi stew. I don't think I can beat those very, like, I think those are, like, anytime I have them, I'm like, yeah, this is good. Whoa, what the frick? That, this wire just, like, went flying. Alright. Just got stuck and it, like, went flying out. Having had a good taco in a long time, yeah. Like, a good taco is hard to beat for sure. Oh, so I was outside today earlier, and I was delivering some stuff at the post office. Oh, I was actually also delivering like my ballot, which is awesome. But oops. Let me see. Tacos at 3 are my favorite. Yeah, me too. 100%. Love the K-drama. It's okay to not be okay. I'm not sure what that is. Kalbi or tteokbokki. I feel like kalbi and tteokbokki. I mean, these are like those are like not junk food, but like what is that? What do you call that? Like they're almost like snacks. You're like, I mean, kalbi is like, you know, it can be like a main dish and stuff. It's good, but like the thing is, beef is not a Korean staple in the sense that KBBQ only became popular after Korea was able to like import a lot of meat from the US. And like when Koreans were able to like immigrate to the United States. So meat dishes in Korea are actually not staple. Like they're not traditional. But yeah. I'm kind of a big fan of like traditional Korean food though. Sundubu is good. Yeah, sundubu is like comfortable food. Yeah. Have you had Korean Mexican fusion? I think I've tried Korean Mexican fusion. Yeah. Have you been to Los Tacos #1 in the city? Yeah, of course. Yeah, I've tried it. They're mainly in Chelsea Market. I think a few others. Would be curious what you thought of tacos. They're okay. They're good. They're kind of expensive though. I thought they were good, but they're expensive. That for me, that's the main reason. Tacos, I like tacos, but I can't bring myself to pay a lot for them. Like when people say like, oh, like $3.50, $4 per taco and stuff, I'm just like cringe. Nope, no thanks. I'm good, thank you. Because tacos for me, I associate it with like, it's like a people's food, you know. It's like, it has to be cheap. Like it's something that everyone is able to eat. Like I miss taco stands or like taco like restaurants back in Mexico, where like I could get a taco for like you know, like 3 pesos or like 4 pesos or like whatever, something like 5 or something. But like, you know, like that's like less than $1. Yeah, it's like half a dollar. So like it just, for me, like the cap for a taco is like $3. So like when I go to like LA, for example, like Los Angeles, and they have like tacos for like 150 or 250 even, oh man, I just binge. I like sit down and eat like 10 or 12 tacos in one sitting. I had 50-cent tacos this morning. Dude, that's so dope. I live in Austin, get tacos here for $2 are a killer. Yeah, exactly. So like if you go to like, yeah, like Texas or like LA, like in California or like other places, like yeah, there's like cheap tacos. They're really good. And yeah, I mean there was a taco truck nearby, near me that was they're really good, but like because of COVID I haven't seen them. Like they pretty much said like, yeah, if we're lucky we might be back, but we don't know. Like we don't think so actually. That was so sad. So sad. I've never had a big taco in Mexico. Yeah, so people think that tacos are supposed to be humongous, like a big size tortilla, but that's not it. Normal tacos are pretty small. I mean, we call them like taquitos, right? But they're maybe like, you know, tortillas maybe like this diameter, like corn tortilla, and then normally they stack 2 tortillas and the meat, and with like onion and cilantro. Yeah, and then salsa on top. That's normally how we do it. But like, you know, like in the US sometimes like they'll put like lettuce and other shit, but like yeah, it's not common. It's definitely like a more like a US thing. Or like foreigner thing, I guess. Don't gatekeep my fancy tacos. I don't gatekeep, but like I just like I don't care. It's just one of those things when like people tell me like, hey man, you wanna go get some tacos, and like I'm like, okay, so like where are we going? And like, I mean obviously I'm not gonna turn down an invitation if it's like someone I wanna just like hang out with and stuff, but like if it were me deciding, I would not choose a taco place if it's kind of expensive. Just like not my thing. Like I said, I would rather spend that money somewhere else, is what I should say. Okay, gotta go. You're making me hungry and I gotta sleep. Sounds good, ideally. Thank you so much for stopping by, man. Thank you, thank you. Most U.S. foreign food is adulterated. Yeah, I mean that's how it is in a lot of different places, though, not just the U.S. Like foreign food in general, like in different countries, like different from the place of origin, is going to be changed in some way to fit the taste profile of people there. We're going to Taco Bell. Taco Bell, I have to say, it has its own charm. It's as a fast food chain. I actually like Taco Bell, but in a different way. Like I like it for different reasons entirely. I'll be in and out of the stream for a bit. Discord me if something comes up with a build. No worries. Sounds good, Akarshi. Take care, man. We'll be good today. I think I'm prepared. Only go to Taco Bell if I want a bowel cleansing. That's a pretty accurate statement, though. I think it kind of does happen like that. Okay. Cool. Probably should use some washers for this. There's like a ton of pads on the bottom. Let's see. Had Taco Bell once and it was so bad, never been there since. I've never had bad Taco Bell, to be honest with you. It was okay. But it's like, it's a fast food chain, you know? Like, you gotta treat it as such. You can't expect legit food. Like, you can't expect, like, something gourmet for fast food. You know? It's just the way it goes. Let's see. I've only eaten Taco Bell under the influence, though. That's a very common way to get Taco Bell, yeah. That's I've definitely been guilty of that many times. It just be like that. Taco Bell $5 box does wonders for someone who works for a living. I mean, yeah, exactly. I mean, good bang for your buck when you're talking about fast food, right? Yo, Tyler DeGora, thank you so much for the Twitch Prime. Appreciate it. In Australia, Taco Bell just got here and it's hell expensive. But aren't a lot of things expensive in Australia? Because of the way the dollar works over there? Like, the minimum wage is also much higher over there too, so that, I think that would probably explain it, you know? Like, I know that people, I mean, maybe not anymore now because of the way the Australian dollar is. But a lot of people, like, I would travel and stuff, and a lot of people would tell me about they go to Australia for, like, for work between traveling. Like, they're on, like, one-way tickets, so what they do is they travel for a bit, and then they come back to Australia, work for a bit, travel, work. So, are you telling me that the Doritos flavored taco shells aren't gourmet? Okay, maybe they're gourmet in the fast food market, yeah, no? What's up, Drug? You noob. It's true. Relative to nicer Mexican chain restaurants, it's not very nice. It's on par with price. I mean, yeah, it depends where you are. It depends where you are for sure. Like like obviously for food choices, always depends like what's available to you in that particular area. Like if you live in like in a food desert and then fast food's the only thing you can get, then maybe that will be the only thing you'll get. It's just the way it goes. It really depends where you are. Like obviously, you know, some people are in suburbs, some people are in cities, some people are in rural areas, and you just gotta think about that. Even like within cities, like for example, like where I live, it's a bit of a food desert in a way, but at the same time it isn't, because there's a lot of local stuff that like isn't like, they're kind of like hole in the walls, or not quite restaurants, but they're kind of like delis, but they also sell food, you know, like they're like kind of like multitasking businesses, multi-service, I don't know, but yeah. Sorry, just joining. What 910 PCB is that? The corner LEDs look intense. Yeah, so this is the Hana 910 PCB by McLovin, Dahlman. It's a bit of a tight cutout, huh? Never seen a bum wipe blade before? Me neither. It's the first time I see it. It kind of looks like palm though. It pretty much reminds me. It's like, it has like the same like wobbliness. I'm not wobbliness, but like it has like the same like flexibility of a palm plate. 18-year-old at McDonald's makes sense. $20 80 an hour. Yeah, I could see that. Cheetos over Doritos? I have to agree with that, yes. How do you like living in New York? I love living in New York. I really like it. I mean, there's just like a lot to do, a lot to see. Obviously right now, it's not like I do much, but on a normal like occasion where I can actually head out, I love New York City for many reasons. And like the, you know, diversity, like there's like several reasons why I like New York. Yeah. Let's get our Nixies. Heard that the spacebar on the 910 is hard to get right. Is that true? I'm not sure. Maybe you're talking about the maybe you're probably talking about the Q. The Q has very tight spacebar cutouts because Quantric kind of sucked at making those cutouts. He kind of made it in like, it was like, it kind of assumed it was like an ideal world, like the cutouts were just as tight as, like they're like just as tight as the width of the space of the stabilizer, so like it was just impossible to put in stabs because, you know, slightly thicker and they just wouldn't go in, right? Like, yeah, very Monka-esque. So I've shaved a few Q plates, brass plates at that. I've sanded them with my hands, filed them manually, painstakingly. Very Monka-esque. Sorry, I'm just like getting rid of the excess solder that was caught in the switch holes because it was this PCB was desoldered sometime in the past. Getting rid of that though. All right. Excuse me, sir. I need to ask you about that B-hole. I got it from that schizophrenia sale as a bonus. Big poggers. Oh man, they didn't remove the LEDs or the diodes rather. Hopefully it just fits without fiddling around. Let's see. Oh, I see. It's not closed properly. Some people say they don't sound that it comes out of the right stab because the plate mounting point is right on it. I think I could see that. I could see people talking about that way. Yeah. This, these switches are not very poggers right now. I think, I'm gonna have to... This might be a long build if it goes this way. But it might be a short build if I can manage to just... It might be a short build if I can just manage to flatten these out completely. Yeah, these are not... These were not, clipped properly. Like, I mean, so basically on Nixies, in Nixdorf keyboards, right? These switches come with diodes, like inside, so in-switch diodes, and because old PCBs didn't have like SMD diodes, right? So they had to use like through-hole diodes. They didn't clip them properly, so I have to clip them so that it fits properly on the flat on the PCB. It was just not clipped completely, so okay, now it's fine. Yeah, now that's perfectly fine. Or actually, some of them have it, some of them don't. That's so weird. Maybe they got lazy when they were doing the switch modding, which is kind of bizarre. So might as well get it done all in one, right? So, yeah, whatever. These switch cutouts are a little bit tight, actually. Must be the material, maybe. But yeah, they're a little tight, so I'm gonna have to fiddle around with it carefully. More careful than usual, rather. It's still a very flexible material, though, so I paid a guy to do it, so hope not. Sometimes it be like that, my man. Sometimes you pay people to do things and they don't do it necessarily right. I mean, it's not a big deal because it's not like it's like a super trivial thing. It looks like for the most part it's fine though. The switch plate, the plate's switch plate cutouts are a little bit tight though, so I'm gonna have to just be careful with it. But the good thing is the plate is so nice and flexible that it's gonna be easy to manipulate. Like at least it's not like a really, because when the plates are really stiff and the cutouts are tight, it's just ridiculously difficult to manipulate around them. Like you just have to like see how much play you have to work with. So we'll see how things work out. I personally think it'll be fine, but just, you know, it's an expensive build for sure. So I just want to be careful, take it easy, take it slowly, because otherwise, yeah, we don't want to be repeating things, right? So last thing you want to do is desolder shit again and do it again all over. So debating on what switches to put into my Think V2 when it comes in, either MOS switches or Glorious Pandas. I guess I'm gonna lean towards the JWK ones just because I don't really like pandas, but that's up to you. I know people like Holy Pandas though. I don't, but other people do. These plates, these plate cutouts are definitely tight. I'm just gonna have to slowly do this. Okay. I think the more switches I start putting in, the easier it's gonna get, because it's gonna stiffen up and make me not have me do these finagling around. Hopefully the stabs will be okay. I'm not gonna have to redo those. Yeah, that went in nicely. Yep. Okay, that's good. Let's see. How about cherry browns? Cherry browns, you say? Bet. I have a better idea, Patty. How about 205 and cherry mix blues? Cherry mix browns is not a bad idea. If the MX browns are smooth. Smooth MX browns are actually very good. I have my Jane V2CE is built with MX browns. You might be like, but yeah, it's actually, yeah, it is MX browns. It is MX browns. What switches are in your 160? They have retooled cherry MX blacks. I remind the linear game. I do think that MX style switches shine, like linears shine better in the MX style, but I do think that there's like, you know, like the better tactiles are like Topre or like Alps. So yeah, I prefer linears in MX. But I don't limit myself just to linears always. Like I sometimes do ergo clears, MX browns, mod M's. Like, you know, I try to look for variety when there is like an availability for it. Yeah. Okay, this plate be tight. The question is, will it clip? Alp switches, man oh man. Alp switches are great. Alps are nice, yeah. Alps can be really, really good. They're just different, you know. They're you can't characterize them the same way as you would characterize like an MX switch. So I guess that's the main thing. What's up with this cutout, huh? This spacebar cutout's like hella tight. I'll try a different switch. Milky yellows all. Do you and Chubbies live in the same house? Because I swear you guys have such similar setups in camera and lighting. You wanna... should I tell you something funny? One of these lights that I have around me, Chubbies gave it to me. Because I was like, hey, because he was like, hey, do you want this extra light that I have? I'm like, yeah, sure. I mean, yeah, he and I are good friends, and he has visited me a few times. Like for meetups and stuff. But yeah, I mean, we both stream from our bedrooms, so that's probably why it looks similar. Like, you know. Okay, this kind of tedious build just because of this stuff. The plate cutouts are not ideal here on this plate today. So we're gonna be fiddling around with cutouts a bit today, which might take a while then, which could make it a little annoying over time, but we'll see. This happens with plastic plates more frequently though, that they can have cutouts that are not very compliant with your switches, just because of the way that these plastic plates are cut. Like, you know, it's sometimes just not so precise because of the material. I scrapped the website after I got my grade. Oh right, Baymax, yeah. Nice. Do you do well on your thing? I guess I'll ask you that much, because I'm now curious. Did it go well? I would hope so. I got 100 out of 100. Look at you. Oh, fucking A. Very good. Very nice. Congrats. I got the highest grade out of the class. Oh, look at that. Would you look at that? This is just because you have that Lightning Keyboards sponsorship. Just kidding. I'm just talking out of my ass. Don't worry. Yeah, this build's gonna be tedious. It's just, ugh. Sometimes these switches are going in nice and smooth, sometimes they aren't. It's like, but why though? Okay. Just need to make sure they're keeping my plate nice and stable, but keep coming out. Do you want to check it out? Bolsa Keyboard Supply sponsorship? Yeah, why don't you PM me later or sometime. You know, you can PM me now and I'll read it after the stream. But yeah, I would like to check it out. I wouldn't mind. Alright, I think this should be good enough to test my stabs. Just so tedious though. These stupid plates. Plastic plates. Sometimes a pain in the butt. But they're worth it in my opinion. Because, I mean, if you want to go for the soft plate experience, plastic plates are definitely nice to use. So... Alright. Oh. I drank a bit too much water earlier. I'm gonna have to go to the restroom in a bit. Let's see. 7U. Shift. Backspace. I have a challenge for you to find the Teja types code in my website. Okay. I followed Nathan for a while, so I could probably find something. Is it like an Easter egg? Not really an Easter egg, it's straight up in your face. Well then. Well then. Sounds nice and tight. So, how do I hold this? Very tight backspace. CRP caps sometimes can be a bit too tight. Okay. Goes down nice and even. It sounds stocky because there is this piece of foam. Remember guys, I use this piece of foam, so the reason I use a thick piece of foam is to make that sound more pronounced, is so that it helps me listen to it, because I'm also like monitoring my mic, and so the mic catches on more sound that I can tell sometimes, so it helps. But sometimes it's unrealistic because obviously you don't have a thick, like a freaking 2-inch piece of foam under your PCB. So yeah. Need to get the music down. It's too loud. Do you enjoy typing with silence? I don't. I think they're nice switches, but I don't like silent switches personally. It's just a personal thing. Okay, no rattle. That's fine. Yeah, that's definitely just a preference thing for sure. Yeah, no worries, Baymax. I'm glad that you did well on your assignment. I mean, I'm glad that it was helpful. I think the Xylons are good though. Good switches, just not for me. Just not for me. Hold up. Let me see. It's like a piece of plastic gunk. What did I miss? Not much. Ugh, they seem to sound very scratchy. Does that translate to a typing experience? Partially yes, because that scratchy sound that you get on silent switches in general, not just Xylons, but also linear silent switches, is going to come from the dampeners that are on the stems. So the silencing dampeners are what sort of make it sound like it's scratchy, but it's really just the dampening that's happening on the switch, inside of the switch, each time you press the key. So yeah, so just something to note, like you're sacrificing a bit of that clean sound in order to dampen all the, in order to like actually silence things, you know. But I mean, all in all, it means you're gonna hear more of the keycaps than you're gonna hear the switch, but the switch does have a bit of like extra sound because of the dampening process. Are you gonna get the mecha bag from Dixie? Me? Probably not, just because I have enough bags at the moment. This is a test. Hello. Okay, now that I have some switches already in, it's way easier to put these in. That's a great thing, guys. Oh, there we go. Just one switch just fell over. Yeah. To keep the plate nice and okay, I see. Keeping the plate nice and parallel, nice and elevated, so it actually clips onto the damn switch. Hello. So excited I got the Greek beige extras from NK. That's dope. Congrats. I'm glad you were able to get the extras. Got thermal shipping notification. Plug you. Yo, that's awesome. I'm super excited to see more thermal builds out there. I actually do hope to try it out soon because I've obviously never tried it out. I'm gonna try for extras for thermal for sure. I really like that board. I think it's pretty cool design. What's up, Joe Cool Bob? Notice that with my current board, Tina 60, there's a lot of recurring issues with Tina owners that the top back screws don't even screw in anymore. Top back screws. Any ideas how to fix that? It kind of sounds like are the screws like getting like I mean, like the question is what's happening to the screws? Are they getting stripped or stuck in there? Like, I don't know. It sounds like they might just be getting stripped and you might just need new screws before it happens, because if it happens and then you can't get them out of there, then you're in trouble. Am I getting Kara? If I have money? Maybe. I like the concept of Kara though. The fact that it's like accessible, programmable, like nice and translucent and whatever. Yeah, I think the whole idea of Kara is pretty appealing. At the worst, the case threads are stripped. Oof, that's the worst. Yeah, that would be the worst case scenario, because that means you can't save your case. I mean, you would have to retap your case, but yeah, that's tough. There's retapping tools. You can tap screw holes with tools, but yeah, remember, each time you're tapping something, it means you're stripping away some material from it. So it's like you're making the hole bigger. Has a date for thermal extras been announced? No, it's currently in shipping, so it's not been announced yet. No, we are still waiting for the regular group buy to finish up before we have a chance at extras to be up for grabs. So gotta wait for that one. I took the top casing off and just tested the screws, and it just worked fine. But with the bottom casing and top casing doesn't screw in. The screws just work fine with bottom and top doesn't screw in. So is there an obstacle in between? Like, is there something blocking the way? I'm not sure what the problem is exactly right now. What you want to find out is where is the problem happening? Is it a screw problem? Is it a case problem? Is it a threading problem? Is something in the way? Something blocking? That's what you want to find out first. Of course, you have a spatula. Yeah, it was in my toolkit. It's like in the the spatula is from the iFixit toolkit, which is what I first had when I first began keyboards. That's a toolkit I bought at the very beginning, and it works wonders. It works great. It has all the tools you need. It's pretty cheap for what it has. It's like 60 bucks for everything. So it's great. But yeah, it was, some of the bits are kind of short, and so it doesn't fit in some of the screw holes that you get in some keyboards, so I had to buy like extra different WIHA screwdrivers, which you can find a link in my exclamation gear command if you go to my kit.co or my Amazon store, like Amazon associate store. You can find like all the links for those tools. I just assumed because grad school and lab stuff, but I wouldn't take anything from lab. That's like stealing. I wouldn't like bring it home. Like unless like my PI like gave it to me or something. Another day without thermal shipping notification. Oh no. Soon TM. Taking shit ton of stuff from my labs. Bad. Someone's gotta pay for that stuff, you know? Bro, if I'm pouring this much money to college, everything is mine. Bruh, that entitlement though. You think the world is just sprouting money everywhere? I mean, clearly not for us, but yeah. Down with the bureaucrats. It's true that bureaucracy sucks. I think I know that really well relative to other people. Like I've gone through a lot of school. Raid incoming. Uh-oh. Oh my goodness. Hello, Apiary. Hello. Hello. Hello, 178 Apiary peoples. Hello, hello. Are you here to promote GMK Noir? Yes, everyone should buy GMK Noir. GMK Noir is live today on Project Keyboard. And you should use either my or Apiary's affiliate link to support GMK Noir. Hi. Hi, X-Reaper. Hello. Oh, I totally forgot about my hydrate commands things. Thanks for the reminder. Wait, where the heck is it though? Where's my window? Aha, here it is. I do have to go to a restroom very shortly though. I drank too much water before the stream. Anyway, welcome viewers from Apiary stream. Or did they even come here? Why did I not see them? Why are we not seeing them? Did they all leave? What happened? Did the raid fail? Whack. Stream broke? Oh, rip. Oh, I'm seeing the numbers go up again. Hello? Hi. I see 244 viewers. Yeah, it just went up. I don't know what's going on. Well, hello. Welcome, everybody. I hope you had a great time at Apiary stream. Glad to have you here. We're just building an expensive keyboard with expensive switches and a bit of a finicky plastic plate. Hello, hello. Thank you for the follow. just finished class. Time to watch the code. Please. Alright, let me see this. Bit finicky guy here. Is a blast on the TGR untreated sandblast or actually patinaed? So it is untreated, so therefore patinaed. So it is patina on untreated brass. On raw brass. I'm so mad at my stab wire. Both sides popped and the loop got displaced. Now it rattles again. Well, gotta get that. You gotta get that wire first, right? Before you even try lubing things. It's a pain in the butt though. I'm so sorry to hear that. Yeah, popped wires are truly the bane of everybody's experience with stabs. Like it's just the worst. Thunder thighs. What's up, Gerald Juby? How are you doing? Holy geez, this is one of the most expensive builds I've seen recently. Yeah, it is definitely an expensive build. It's probably about as expensive as a few I've done before. Do you know which key set the person will use on this board? Yes, they sent me the key set as well. We are going to be using a CRP set. So they're going to be using beige. They're big on beige. As you know, most customs, heavy, expensive custom keyboards owners are pretty big on beige keycap sets, including myself. Already rebuilt it once. Please make more south-facing spacebars. Oh, gosh. Yeah, south-facing spacebars are the goat. If you can manage to, like, if you manage to, like, screw up the spacebar stab and you just need to replace the wire or something, it is very convenient. But, yeah. This client is definitely cultured. Oh, for sure. I personally respect them a lot, and I think that they have great tastes. I mean, they spent quite a bit of money getting all these parts together, but I'm sure I hope they'll enjoy it as much as they can. Let's see. Is this for a client? Yes, it is. Exclamation build for the build details, and it should say that it is for a client there. Cats walking is a jammer. It surprised me how much people are into beige. It just works well, that's why. I mean, other colorways are fine too. It's just beige is just nice and neutral. So even if you have like a colored keyboard, like beige just, you know, seems to work fine on it. About to risk it all and go to the gym for the first time since pre-COVID. Ooh, that's a risky for sure, but at the same time, going to the gym sounds really pleasant. I would like to do that too. I haven't had the chance, obviously. But I mean, I'm not sure where you might be located, but yeah, I guess you'll find out how they do at the gym. I mean, it wouldn't be bad though. I mean, you know, just social distancing and keeping things clean before and after should be fine. And then exposure in COVID is at least 15 to 30 minutes of exposure. So don't really mind beige, but prefer more vibrant colors. I think both have their place. How much are Nixdorfs per switch? Coinstar, I believe Nixdorfs are about $5 or $6 per switch nowadays. Yeah, it is a lot of money though, if you're wondering. They're definitely no joke. It's basically about a custom keyboard's worth of money just to fill out a keyboard full of Nixdorf switches. What's a Nixdorf switch? So let me show you. So Nixdorf switches are basically, excuse my ugly hands, but they're basically Cherry MX black switches with a milky top housing. So you can see the Cherry logo there, right? And it has this milky top housing. And they basically only came in 2 different models of Nixdorf Siemens branded keyboards. So Nixdorf is a brand, is a company, and they basically commissioned Cherry to make these keyboards, like terminals back in the day, and these vintage keyboards, right? Like in Germany and like in many other places. But anyway, so they had these switches that are unique to those keyboards, and so they're very rare because only those keyboards have it, and only so many keyboards exist, right? And so people have coveted these switches to be like one of the rarest Cherry switch, as well as like, you know, they kind of looks interesting with the milky housing. So nowadays, to get a full board's worth of these Nixdorf brand Cherry MX black switches, you have to pay like $5 or $6 per switch, or find more. Yeah, it's vintage milky top blacks. Yes, that is exactly correct. There is a if you go to, I think, iLoom KB from Singapore, they're doing a group buy for OP black switches, which are basically going to be JWK linears in the same spec as Nixdorf black switches, Cherry MX black switches. So yeah, that's sort of the bottom line of it. What about RRE vintage blacks? I believe RRE vintage blacks are like different in terms of like, I think they have like different dimensions for stuff. I'll call that a foggy housing or hazy housing, not milky. Sure. I mean, it's also probably because UV exposure or something. Like, it probably has yellowed over time. I think that might be why they look a little hazy. But I've seen some other housings that look a bit more, like, kind of like, yeah, milkier. But I think as they yellow, they might look hazy. Okay, this is all done. I need to solder still, but I drank too much water, so I need to go to the restroom really quick. So I'm gonna go to the restroom. I'll be right back. So please enjoy the music. I'll be back. Streamer gone, time to rage. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna have a candy. Speed run P. Alright. Let's just make sure that these have no bent pins. And that switch is all in. Okay, yeah, it looks like it's fine. Just gotta press hard when I'm soldering, probably. Okay. Cool. Alright, let's start soldering. Let's turn on my soldering iron. And leftover stuff. get some of my look at my fan. I know that for y'all who are on April's stream, you might have been spoiled by her RTX voice working, but I believe my RTX voice is not very functional for some odd reason that I do not understand. So you might have to bear it out. You know, just gotta bear with me and listen to the fan. So have fun. Maybe I'll do that and it'll be a little easier because it's not direct towards the fan like the mic isn't, so hopefully it's a little easier. It's not. Gotta switch over to NVIDIA broadcast? Wait, what is that? Let them experience their robot voice? You guys want to experience their robot voice? I could just like not talk as well. But am I interested in EE or am I looking for something conventional in the future? I'm interested in EE and I'm also interested in like biomedical applications of engineering. RTX voice but better IMO. I mean, look, I can turn it on and we can try. You want to give it a shot? NVIDIA broadcast is basically the official release of RTX. Oh, that could work. Do you guys want me to try it out right now? I could do that. Okay, now it's fan time again. But you can't hear it at all then, right? You can't hear my voice like at all if I turn on RTX. I turned off the fan anyway. I'm gonna download this thing and see how it goes. NVIDIA does not want me to succeed. I mean, I'm sure. I think Spectrum, my internet service provider, is also probably not very keen on helping me succeed. I think what you have to say is important. Thank you. I appreciate that so much. I think what I have to say is, it's alright. It's alright. I am downloading this NVIDIA broadcast thing though. It sounds exciting. I mean, I didn't know that they had an official release now. I mean, probably because I just didn't keep up with it. But yeah. Let's see. Well, it's downloading. I mean, it's like installing or something. So Let it do its thing. Hopefully it works, cause I have a GTX 1070, and so maybe RTX voice is just not optimized for GTX. And I know that there was like a workaround and like people could just use it, but maybe that's why. Maybe it's like processing power things, right? Oh, NVIDIA broadcast requires an NVIDIA display driver R455 or later. Please install the driver and try again. Nani? NVIDIA display driver R455. Oh, must be some new drivers, huh? Oh no? Is that because my computer's old? It sounds like my computer's old. Yeah. Cause I'm running on i5 and 1070. That's my like, I mean, like you can actually, I think PC parts list. Oh wait. Yeah. It may be that you need to restart PC. Okay. If that's the case, you guys we'll just have to deal with it. Too bad. Y'all have to suck it up now. It's okay. We're gonna start soldering. I'm sorry. I think the fat adds a bit of character to my stream. I mean, look, I've had this fan, or I've had a fan on during my streams for the past 2 years. There's nothing wrong with using a fan. It's for my safety. But people want that complete silence. Which, I understand the sentiment. But this is a keyboard build stream. Don't you want to fully experience the build process, which involves these wonderful sounds? It makes you feel like you're flying in an airplane. It isn't even that bad. Yeah, it's also because my mic is not even pointing in that direction anymore. It's pointing towards my mouth, not towards the fan. I can always reduce the amount of gain so that you can hear only my voice, maybe, just by doing so. But I mean, you know, whatever. It's really a somewhat trivial thing. I think I would be surprised if people were like, you know what? I hate this stream. I'm gonna leave because I hate the sound of a fan. Ain't no professional streamer if they're using a fan. They should just eat up the fumes. You have like an industrial fan right there. Mouth sounds over fan sounds. I am very appreciative and grateful that you appreciate my mouth sounds over the fan sounds. I mean, don't get me wrong. I appreciate my fans. No pun intended, of course. What's the intentional pun? Terrible dad joke. I apologize. I'm not even a dad. But let's see. He appreciates OnlyFans, but the haters. I mean, haters gonna hate and potatoes gonna potate, right? So I don't know. I mean, if there are haters out there indeed, I would probably just ignore them because I really have no time for them, you know. Or I mean, I think a way I almost always justify things when it comes to numbers and people and all that is, you know, if you have 1 hater or 10 haters, does it matter if there's like 7 billion people in the world? You know? And let's say out of those, half of them are, you know, you don't count. But that still means there's like 3.5 billion people who could like you or dislike you. But look at that, all that potential. I'm doing a KVD75 V2 build soon, and I'm really stuck in choosing a linear switch for the board. What linear sounds best with a brass plate? For the brass plates, I've built KVD75 with Gateron inks. They sounded pretty nice on brass. I could also recommend pretty much like JWK linears have that, like, they have a bit of a poppy sort of sound to it, and I think the KVD75 case itself has a bit of that like hollowness. I think that pop and the hollowness could complement each other kind of well. That's just based on my experience building a few KVD75s. So I think I would leave that up to you to decide. But I think in this particular case, JWK switches could be a beneficial, like it could be a like symbiotic sort of relationship where you could benefit from the case sound as well as from the switch sound profile. Inks are very out of stock. Oh, I did not know that. What about creams or retool blacks? If you have retool blacks, I would recommend them. Creams, you could do them. I personally am not a 100% fan of cream switches, mainly because they have a sound profile that I don't personally enjoy. They're a bit too kind of like clacky. They have a very loud sound to them when you bottom out on them. I personally am not as huge of a fan of it, but I think it goes well in certain builds. Like I can't say it's a bad switch because it is a pretty decent switch. Like it is pretty smooth after you break them in and lube them. So yeah, I wouldn't discount cream switches being a good option for it. What about C3 macho switches? They're JWK. Yeah, so any JWK linear switch is basically the same. They're just different colors though. All you have to care about it is that they're different colors. I mean, it's just, you know, choose whatever you like in that sense. Let's see. Do you just say your haters are half people? Maybe. So I'm just not in the know. What makes Nixdorf's different from the black bottom milky top GATs? First of all, Nixdorf switches are cherry switches, or cherry made switches, so they're basically like vintage MX black switches. They just have the milky top. I mean, the only thing is it just has the cherry branding, to be honest with you, okay? The only difference is it has cherry branding, and it's a rare switch from a rare cherry vintage cherry keyboard. So that's all that makes Nixdorf switches special. It's that it's rare, it's that it's vintage, it's that it's collectible, right? So it's a bit of it gives you a bit of a flex rights, you know, like bragging rights. That's really what's special about Nixdorf MX Black switches. Sound wise though, it sounds closer to a Cherry MX Black, I would say, because of the housing, for the bottom housing. I believe the Gateron switches and Cherry MX switches have different bottom housing materials, like kind of like sound profiles to them. So it actually sounds closer to a vintage MX Black, but then you can add a bit of that like creaminess, sort of like a dampened creaminess to the bottom out sound that like milky tops tend to provide. So yeah, maybe a little less clacky, more like creamy or thocky. Can't really say it in, like, I don't know how to describe it accurately, but you could say it's like a similar benefit when you compare regular and milky. You know, in the Gateron case, just apply that make the similar jump from a smooth vintage MX Black to a smooth Nixdorf branded, MX Black. Yeah. Yeah, just try to draw the parallel, that's all I'm saying. Okay, this is not completely in, I think. Let me see. Top 3 favorite top 3 favorite 60% boards. Personally, KMac Happy, OTD 356 Mini, and I mean, I like my Duck Poker, but I also really enjoy I enjoy this board a lot. I enjoy my Gasket 00 a lot. What else do I enjoy a lot? There's quite a few boards that I do like from 60%. So, hard to pick a third. I mean, they all kind of... I mean, honestly though, I'll be honest with you. The differences start getting really blurred. Once you try enough boards, it's kind of... I would rather have ignorance. Because ignorance is bliss. And... yeah. You're better off not knowing the differences, because they really are not that different from one another. Like keyboards, like it's not like an abysmal difference. Like if you have different mounting methods, sure, but at some point they start kind of being fairly similar to one another. So I wouldn't fuss over it too much. People ask that a lot, right? Like recommendations for keyboards, but in the end, like, you'll discover that, I think, my opinion, is that the plate and the switch choice and how you lube things and how you build it, that stuff matters a lot more than just the case. The case helps, but you can improve the experience of typing within that same case quite a lot. And when you basically reach what you think is perfect for you, and you compare it between this one keyboard and a different keyboard, those differences start getting pretty blurry. Because you've kind of like, you're kind of like already enjoying the switch and plate combo that you normally use, let's say. And now you're just translating for this different case. Like, it's going to sound a little different, but feels-wise, it's going to be fairly similar. Sure, like, some switches have more, I mean, some, like, cases and mounting methods or whatever have, like, more bounciness or whatever that is. But, yeah, the line gets blurry. I say this as, you know, as I've built, like, a few hundred keyboards. Like, at this point, like, I probably built, like, maybe, like, over the past, like, 3-4 years, I built like maybe like 60-70 keyboards for myself, and then like maybe like 150-200 boards for other people. So like I've built a lot of keyboards, and like I think in my experience that line really just starts getting blurry, and it's like, it sounds like a keyboard, feels like a keyboard. You can improve it only so much, and after that's just diminishing returns. I said KMac Happy. Top or bottom mount? I've been using mine in bottom mount, and I've enjoyed it, so I guess bottom mount. But I think either of the two are fine. I don't think it's like a huge difference. Bottom mount is a little bit kind of more solid feeling. A little bit stiffer, perhaps. Can you lift the pad and show everyone what you have to do to jump it? I'm not gonna lift the pad on the client's board, but I can explain what you can do to jump how to jump a PCB. I can explain to you like right now if you want it. It's not very hard. But to jump a pad, you either need a keen eye or a multimeter. Ideally a multimeter. But if not, just a piece of wire is more than enough to know what you need to do. Because all you need to do is, wherever you lost a pad, you need to take current, right, from from the same line, from the same line that was taking current to that pad that was burnt. You just need to take it there. So you just need to connect like 2 places. Do we know anything about EVO1 linears? I got them because they look cool. I have no idea. I just think it would be good to have the information for people. Did you happen to join the Time 80 Reforged group buy? No, I did not join the Time 80 Reforged group buy. I think the board is a cool novelty, but not for me. Like, it's cool, but just I wouldn't buy it. Not enough for me to pay like $500 or whatever. I forget how much it was worth. Okay, we're done. Do most PCBs have a common ground node? I mean, yeah, there's a ground plane. And then yes, some places will have, some PCBs will have like VCC, ground, and other things like clustered in somewhere for troubleshooting purposes. But like, you know, in the case of this PCB, I'm trying to see if I can see the... I can't see the traces too well on this. They're kind of hard to see, or maybe they're on the top side of the PCB, which is probably why. But basically, like, let's say you burned the pad over here at the letter C, and, you know, you lost electricity here, basically. Like, when you press a switch, these 2 things basically are closing a circuit. And when you release it, you know, stops. And so, I mean, that's like what a switch is, right? Like, it closes and opens a circuit each time you press. So all you have to do, though, is like if you burn a pad here, it just means that whatever circuit this belongs to, that node, you just need to take current in that same path anywhere else on the PCB and just connect it with a wire here and then solder, so that basically the switch pin is taking that current. So that when you close the circuit, when you press the switch, it actually closes and transfers, you know, conducts. So that's the basic, like, bottom line of building a solder bridge or like a wire bridge on a PCB to repair it. Is you just want to take that same circuit's electricity there because you lost it. You lost that like hub for the electricity to go into. If that makes sense. Are you getting a JO1 revision 1? I am not. I have not entered. The layout's not too interesting for me. Or rather, the layout, I guess, yeah, it's just the board that's not for me. It's just not like what I like using. I bought 2 of the Time 80 Reforged. Wow. That's the thing is this, I almost never would buy 2 of the same keyboard. I have to be honest, I've never, like, I don't think of it. I almost never think I'm gonna buy 2 of this keyboard. Mainly because I don't find it interesting. Does that make sense? Like, I've never found it interesting to buy 2 of the same keyboard. But yeah. Oh wait, that's the Rama. Never mind. Alright, let's test this guy. If it's the same layout, I need to look, it needs to look very different from each other. I could see that if you're looking to do like a specific color combo and stuff. I think that's fair. Yeah, I don't really, I guess I don't see much of the personal appeal for me, just because it's like, oh, did I not solder this one? I have to check that one. Hello again, Calvin. Hello. This S key is not working, so we have to look into that. It's possible this key is either I just need to reflow it or I might have to desolder it. The easiest way to solve problems like switches not working is honestly to just replace the switch. Possible that it could be over lubed and therefore not conducting. So I might just do that. Okay, so before I replace the switch completely, one thing I can just do is plug in the PCB and just test the pads. So if I just grab my tweezers and try it, okay, it works. So the pads are working fine. So it means the switch could have been the problem. So I just put in my switch, new switch. Hydrate? I will. I did earlier. That's why I'm taking my time. I take my time to hydrate because I don't need to drink water every 30 seconds. Which was the last off-the-shelf keyboard you bought and when? It's so random, but last off-the-shelf keyboard I bought. I bought a Master Keys. I bought a Cooler Master Keys Pro S, maybe a year ago. Why? Because I was gonna put it in a Norba Touch case. All right. And wait, hold on. All right, there. It's working now. Hi, what soldering iron are you using? I'm using a Hako FX88AD. You can just do exclamation gear and you'll be able to see all of the different gear that I use. You solved the mystery. Easy peasy. I gotta find a little baggie, but I can't find one. So I'm just gonna put the switch separately because I don't want to mix a bad switch and with the good switches. How long did it take you to get into the hobby of custom keyboards? I got into it really quickly. I was introduced to it because I went to a meetup. Well, no, that's not true. I first got introduced to vintage stuff maybe 4.5 years ago, and I was just interested in my friend was into restoring vintage stuff, and then I just was watching from the side, so I just had a full size MX Brown Cooler Master board. And then I didn't really get into that right away. I just lurked on r/mechanical keyboards for a bit, for maybe a year. And then later, I met a friend who introduced me to the Washington DC mechanical keyboards meetup. That was the first meetup ever in the area. So I went, I attended it, and I fell in love with Topre there, and Zeal and Ergo Clears and linears and stuff. I pretty much loved it at first sight. So the same day I went to the meetup, I came back home and I bought an HHKB. I purchased an HHKB the same day of the meetup because I was like, I need to have it. And then I built my first custom keyboard maybe less than a month after that. When's the next New York City meetup? Probably next year. Actually, not. Who knows? Depends on the COVID situation. But for me, it's kind of feeling like it's not gonna happen for 1.5 years at least. What was my first build? My first ever keyboard build might have been a Duck Eagle V2. Yeah, and then I also did a KBD75. Back then, it was when the KBD75 first came out, so I was in the first batch of KBD75s, in the first ever batch. There was not too many out there, so that was interesting. Miss my Topre board? I always miss Topre. I always go back to Topre at some point. All right, so we're all done here. So let's get the case and assemble it. Gonna get the wrist rest out of the way for now, just to get extra desk space. Feels like campfire stories from a boomer. I mean, that's people are basically treating me like a boomer, so yeah, that's probably how it feels. People are like, oh, I'm like, gather up, gather up. Stay a while and listen. What do you think? What do you think is the evolution of custom keyboard building? Low profile? No, low profile's never gonna be popular at like to the extent high profile is. It just like isn't. It just lacks the attractiveness to be popular. Like people have gone from like scissor switches and MacBook keyboards and chiclets and rubber domes back to mechanical keyboards out of interest, right? There's no way we're gonna go back to that. There's just no way. Like, it would make zero sense. And people say like, oh, optical switches and blah blah blah. It makes no sense because people drive to go into mechanical keyboards is the fact that these mechanisms are interesting to them, right? They're like, oh my god, like this thing actually slides down and like actuates and like it works. Like people who are interested in that stuff, they're never gonna go back to like off the shelf like keyboard stuff. Like just not gonna happen. It's just super unrealistic. So the future of keyboards, like custom keyboards perhaps, might be that like, I mean, custom keyboard building future wise, I'm not sure if it has a big future. which is correct. Like, you know, you see like Nathan King, right? He's like he's like doing a lot of other stuff too. That's because he's right. There's not that much money in keyboard building, or like it's not like people are investing in builders specifically. Like we do it for fun. We do it because we like doing it and because we've been doing it for a bit. But I don't think it's like a lucrative thing. Like, you know? Yeah. Alright. It's kind of cool. I didn't notice that before. Even top piece has a number to it. 16 out of 23. Neat. So these are the plate screws. This is just so I took this guy. This is the polycarbonate piece that goes into the square region there. Where do you get that mat? It's from GMK Ursa. I believe they sold it on Kono.store during the group buy. So you might have to either find one there, or if they don't have it, probably aftermarket, unfortunately, or wait for a restock if they ever do. Let's see. Evolution is material innovation designed for sound beta. Okay, so in my opinion, evolution is actual science. When people actually start being able to measure accurately, numerically, what's going on, no FEA analysis crap, no theoretical stuff. Like actually actually measure what's going on inside of a keyboard. Okay. The day that happens, we'll see interesting things happen. Is it going to ever happen? Chances are pretty slim because people are not interested in science. People like science, like popular science, but people don't actually do science. It's just a reality. Like, yeah, like acoustic chamber and plate cuts and whatnot. It's all empirical. People just do it because they like tried it out and it just happened to work. There's no real science to this. People say like, oh, but like what about you know, does it, if you use like a plastic plate, does it increase the flex and blah 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 2 millimeters? You know, like no, it just doesn't work that way. Anyway, is Sam a Jordan fan? What? Who's Sam? Oh. I don't think so. I don't think he's into basketball. Do you hear about... wait, hold on. Hi, first time watching and heard you mention starting with vintage keyboards. What is your favorite MX-based vintage keyboard? My favorite MX-based... I know. My favorite MX-based vintage keyboard is probably the Cherry G80 2000 Battleship. That chunky goodness. It's humongous. But I love it. It looks so cool. I don't have one. It looks so cool though. And it's G80, so it has MX switches, not MY. That's probably one of my favorites. Anyway, let's get back to... Do you hear about Apple working on a keyboard that lets you change the actuation force and sound? Yeah, okay. I also heard about Zeal making a switch that was like clicky tactile and linear or something like that, but that hasn't happened yet, so we'll see. I mean, I kind of doubt it. Better stabs though? When? Yes, imagine. It's 2020 and we still can't figure out stabs that are like 30-year-old designs. This is what I'm saying. People make promises, but fulfillment is a whole different story. Like, oh, this works. Perfect. Huge shade. I mean, it's real. It's real. It's true. Like, we don't really we hear about all these things. We heard about like stabs, and we heard about GMK increasing production. We heard about so many things, but do they happen? I mean, maybe like 1 out of 10 times, I think. Or maybe they just take a long number of years, which is totally fine. It just takes a while. Change does not happen from one day to the next. It says craftsman and owner. It kind of makes me want to write my name on it. I want to sign it, be like Lightning Build, or like Lightning XI, or something like that. Owner, and then it'll be like, you know, whatever the username of that person is, or maybe be like, right, like, I don't know, draw something funny. Wait. Alright, cool. That light blue is so pretty. Yeah, it is very nice. Tell me more about your optimism about the human intellect. I am very optimistic about the human intellect, Mr. Grog Hunter. Mr. or Miss, but I can tell you more. I'm my career revolves around science, so obviously I am optimistic about changes in science and like advancing science, right? So I think people can be smart. And people can have common sense. Do they always have it? No. But, you know, am I hopeful? Yeah, I think so. I think I give people the benefit of the doubt most of the time. What makes GMK keycaps so special? Calvin. So GMK keycaps are ABS double shot technology made keycaps. And they're just known to be very premium and like consistent, like good looking, good feeling. Like they have nice colors, good color matching for like production. So basically, a lot of the custom key sets in our community, like the very popular colorways, came out from making GMK sets, and they're popular because the quality of them is pretty good. Can you live with different sets? Yeah, we could do with different key sets and different manufacturers, but GMK has just proven to be pretty good. But for a while it was very expensive and inaccessible, actually. For those who don't know, GMK used to be much more expensive with much higher MOQs. As the community has grown, we've been able to reduce the prices, we've been able to negotiate better things, have more compatibility. Yeah, a lot of things were not good with GMK a long time ago. When we first started with GMK was like a dream. It was like impossible because basically they're like a family-owned company, and it was just expensive, too high for MOQs as well. Is it possible to make your own GMK keycaps? Well, you can design key sets, yes, but you need to be able to market it and bring it to fulfillment. You need to be able to make it a reality. Let's see. I think I'm gonna go with Retool Blacks. Just watch a few sound tests. Pretty epic. Okay, sounds like a good choice. Tony Jabroni. Mr. Lightning, glad I caught. How is the build going? Build's going well. Slow and steady, but it's going well. You know, we're just here trying to set things up. Oh wait. Well, I just want to make sure that things work here. Wait, it's the opposite direction. Ooh, look at that. Look at that diffuser. Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure that worked, but we're gonna get we're gonna get the keycaps and put them on. The client provides some caps. So today we have let's see. Custom color MOQ was 500 if I recall correctly. Yes, I believe that is correct, Funzy. Apparently they're getting more machines. Yeah, I heard about that, but I still sort of have my own doubts. Oh, I forgot to talk about my sponsors, but I do want to mention some of my sponsors for the stream. So Canon Keys is the first sponsor. I'm just gonna quickly tell you about the group buys that they're running right now. Oh, looks like we have some Latry Alim keycaps today. And Canon Keys is currently running GMK Red Dragon, as well as a few Desmat designs by Anna, Eliza, and Sour. So go check out canonkeys.com for some cool Desmat designs, as well as GMK Red Dragon, which is a fire theme set by the designer Rensuya, who is the popular designer behind Mizu and Terra and Peaches and Cream, among other things. Next up we have Dixie Mech. You can go head over to dixiemech.com/lightning for SA DualShot. So go check out SA DualShot. It's a PlayStation themed key set and a spherical SA profile. I believe that's all that we have currently at Dixie Mech. There's going to be mecha mats, mecha bags soon for keyboards. If you need keyboard storage solutions, there's also a few other accessories you can find on Dixie Mech, like desk mats. They have restocks pretty regularly. So there is a calendar for desk mats at Dixie Mech. And then later in the future, we might see more news about Bower 2. Alright. 910 came in dual colors like this? Yeah, you could pick dual colors if you wanted. Yeah, you had the option to choose top and bottom during the first group buy for the 910. Do you know where Dixie Mech is based up? In Alabama is correct. So today we have CRP Tulip is what we're going to be using today. Let's see, does this have an R5 kit at all? I believe not. Alright, so let's continue with sponsors just really quick. Next up we have mintautumn.com. You can head over to mintautumn.com to check out just more news about upcoming projects. There's going to be the Irma, which is going to be a polyethylene TKL design. That's coming up later. Other than that, the Rukia is currently in production and it should be delivered soon, hopefully. Let's see. Next up is Novel Keys. Head over to novelkeys.xyz. On Novel Keys, you may find GMK Space Cadet 2 by Oblotsky. So Oblotsky is rerunning the popular GMK Space Cadet key set. It comes with the desk mats as well. So you can go and check out GMK Space Cadet 2. On Novel Keys, we also have the Rama Wave. Wait a second. This is weird. Hold up. This left side is weird. I think it's gonna be 1.5, 1.5. That's what it is. Where's my puller? Yeah, something would look weird with the spacing. That's what it was. I was like, why is it looking so weird? There we go. Okay, just need to find the 1U key though. Yeah, okay. And then yeah, so head on over to novelkeys.xyz for the Rama Wave keycap collaboration with Hammerworks. There's also SA Jadeite, which is a green themed key set in the SA profile. There's also the recently just restocked on Lube. They're gonna restock on switches soon. And most recently, as of today, they also had a GMK Greek Beige, which is a key set that I ran a while back, and it finally has fulfilled for the group buy, and there's some extras currently at novelkeys.xyz. You can use the promo code Thunder to get 5% off all in-stock products as well. Let's see. Maybe delete here. Yeah. Definitely got it wrong the first time. Got it right the second time. Okay. And next sponsor we have is Prime Keyboards, where you can find switches and lubing stations, switch openers, among other accessories. They have Durox stabilizers. And they will later this year be running the Meridian keyboard, which is a split ergo 60% in collaboration with AIO3. And then final sponsor, we have Project Keyboard. So head on over to projectkeyboard.com and please consider supporting GMK Noir, which is a key set that was designed by my colleague and friend Apiary Keyboards. She's done a spectacular job designing this set, and I would highly recommend you to check it out. Some really cool Salvin Artisans are also available for that group buy, and I would highly recommend you check those out. That's all for sponsors today. Let's see. I need to look up what Tulip looks like for this layout stuff, because sometimes I get confused with these. UIOP. Okay, I need to figure these guys out. In the meantime, I can figure out the rest. LH. Bottom row, need to check that too. Okay. D. Where's the G? Okay, here's the G. Huh. Where is this guy? Does this set not have the 1U keys? I have I have the other keys here. Let's see what we have. Do we have a page up and page down? Page up are 3. Looks good. We have a page down. Okay. 65% kit. Alright, let's figure these other caps out. I'm not sure which one goes first. So I need to figure out the bottom row and these other guys. So let's see. Let's see. CRP Tulip. Why do you have mostly gray keycaps? Because I like key sets like this. I have colored sets too, though. I have a lot of other colored key sets as well. I just haven't. I've been using a lot of other color sets in other builds. It's just these recent builds maybe have had more like gray and whatnot. Let's see. So this guy goes here. This guy goes here. This guy goes here. This guy goes here. This guy here. This goes here. And then this goes here. Here and here. Okay. Cool. No bottom row 1U key, huh? I thought the Win keyless kit would have it. I guess we might have to put the FN key here. That's the only key I have. Okay, that's fine. We could put a lat as well, but it's fine. It's okay. Oh, forgot about the 7. And now we can replace some of our caps actually with Artisans. So we have some. What's the history behind Nixies? I've explained this many times today, but long story short, they come from a rare keyboard commissioned by Siemens Nixdorf, a company, and they basically are rare because the keyboards are rare, and so therefore collectors have considered it a rarity to collect, and so maybe we can do arrows. Custom arrows like this. Maybe something like this could work. Ooh, that looks cool. Maybe we can try. I mean, I guess the blue one matching would be nice. Cool. Saturn. I'm just gonna let Automod do its job. Are they sought after for the sound? No, they are sought after due to their limited nature. They're sought after due to their limited nature, like in numbers. And because they have a specific look. They're like the only Cherry MX switches with the like milky top. But yeah, they go for like $5 or $6 per switch. So about a custom keyboard's worth. High-end custom keyboards worth of like retail value wise of switch. I mean, like the price of that is about a board's worth of switches for Nixdorfs. Collectors Hype sums this hobby up quite nicely. Yeah, to some extent, yes. Quick build? It has not been quick. It's been already like 2 hours and 40 minutes. Am I really that slow normally? I don't think so. But, I mean, I like to think not. That I'm not that slow. But, you know. Alright. Alright, we're done. Ooh. Excuse the shaking. That's just my fault. Alright. I mean, nowadays, there's a lot of hype and people have more sense than, have more money than sense. But, you know, that's fair. People can do whatever they want to do. Oh, Chonkastars, hello! Wise Lucas. Goddamn, this is a nasty build. It is a nasty build. Alright, let's try this out, shall we? Let's see what this sounds like. Let me get monkey type. Monkey type. Hello, Lucas. Another Lucas. Hello. Wait, is this caps lock right now? No. I'm pretty sure I turned off caps lock, but okay. Let's see. Caps lock's off though. Oh, it's not? There we go. Okay. Alright. So let's get our mic set up. Oops, apologies. Okay, so what typing site this is? This is monkeytype.com. Monkey-type.com. All right. Yeah, the Dracula theme for me is has the better contrast, so I use it a lot more. But yeah, I like to see builders doing sound tests at different distances from the mic. I mean, we can put the mic anywhere else if you would like to. We can do that. We can try that. Just let me know what you want though. Like if you're not specific about it, I'm not gonna do it. Alright. So this is a TGR 910, the original TGR 910. Do you like any MX tactiles other than MX clears? Yes, I like Mod-Ms. I like Ergo clears, yeah. MX Browns. Those two mainly. Other than MX clears. Alright. And Holy Pandas in small doses. Alright, cool. Let's try. Let's wait for that motorcycle. God, so slow. Alright. Let's redo. Alright. So these are the mods. So those are the modifiers, and well, that's how the keyboard sounds in general. Now ship it to me, haha. Would you remind me of the parts of that keyboard? Exclamation build for the details of the build. It pretty much says everything, except for the keycaps. The keycaps are CRP Tulip keycaps with Latrialum Artisan keycaps. But exclamation build should tell you everything that you need to know. The backspace does sound super cool. Anyway. So that's what we have. I can try like what someone said, different mic positions or something. Like we can try a little bit further away, like here, and maybe like I can move my keyboard over here, and oh what? Come on. Hello. And then I could like type on it here. I don't know. I mean, someone said something like that, and I was like, okay, we can try that. We can try it again. Most likely a normal condenser mic. Yeah, it is just a condenser mic. So yeah, it is somewhat directional if you point it in a certain way. So yeah, like obviously if I, bring the mic close to me, you're gonna hear a lot more of it, right? So yeah, it is just a cardioid mic. It's a Rode NT1 if you're curious. It's all in my gear related pages. Okay. So we can take a look at what this looks like. How does the P plate sound to you, IRL? It sounds a lot like a palm plate, to be honest. It sounds a lot like a palm plate. Or like those like polypropylene. I mean, it's kind of the same thing. Like PVT plate, palm plate, they're all pretty close. Maybe like, I mean, I can't really, I would love a side-by-side, but I don't have something to make a side-by-side. Like, I don't have like a 65% that is also built with a plastic plate and whatnot. So I can't compare that side-by-side, but it does sound like a lot like, not polycarb, but it sounds kind of maybe like closer to palm. Like those PVT plates that like salamanders used to have. And like the polypropylene plate that I think like the Prophet had. Yeah. So a bit of like that deeper plastic sound, bit of that talk, without and like pretty soft bottom out experience, I think. Okay, is this auto-focusing on all that? Okay. So this is what the board looks like with CRP Tulip. Can you change the LED color? Yeah, I could on VIA. I could change it on VIA. And as I, gosh, can't do it without There's your Nixdorf switch. Sorry, I'm like shaking. There we go. Nixdorf MX Black switch. Expensivo. A real expensive board for sure. Take that off the cable for now. And I'm gonna just enable chat now. Oops. This is the bottom. Some dust and stuff. That's the side. It's a two-tone piece, so it's gonna be light blue on the bottom and then black on the top. Pretty cool combo, and it looks pretty good with beige, so I like it. I'm glad I'm understanding that gaming keyboards don't mean quality. So it's not that gaming keyboards don't mean quality, it's more like you seek quality from the different components. I mean, the whole point of custom keyboards is that we're able to customize every part. You can't do that on off-the-shelf keyboards though. And so the beauty of custom keyboards is that you can tune it to what your preferences are instead of anybody else's. So nobody can tell you what you're supposed to like. You can discover that on your own. Which is why it's so addicting. You get one keyboard and then you want the next one because you want to try the new thing. Then something new comes out, you want to try it again. You want to compare the two. You want to have everything all at once next to each other. You want to collect every one of the ones of the same brand or whatever. Yeah, it's super addicting for that reason. But this is basically what it is, right? Like that's basically customizability leads to things like that. It's just the options, right? People like variety, like I do. I like variety, and I definitely know I have a problem with wanting all these things to try out because I like the variety. But yeah. It's the marketing that makes you think that you need this and that. Yeah, but marketing applies for custom keyboards as well, just so you know. People will market you stuff in custom keyboards and like in the scene here too. Like, you know, people will throw buzzwords at you like thock, clack, deep sound, you know, like gasket mount or top mount. Now that it's like, no, when gasket mount is like in, it's gonna be top mount, and then you're gonna be like, oh, so classic. Oh yeah, classic wedge side profile. Like, you know, they're gonna throw buzzwords at you and you're gonna be like, oh, really? Yeah. Isolated gasket sandwich. Yeah. Hybrid mount. Yeah. I mean, there's like all this stuff around it, right? Like it's just, oh yeah, seamless. That's a good one. Yeah. Or like intentional seam. Oh, are you telling me you made a seam and you made it look like a seam? Oh my god, can't believe it. Oh gee, the origin inspired by the original keyboards that shaped the history of custom keyboards. Korea was the first. You know, like, you know, you'll have all these stories. I call it keyboard lore or keycap lore, depending on what it is. Sometimes it's key sets, right? I was inspired by this, and yeah. And some people eat it up. Some people are like, oh my god. Yeah. It's the rage. Where has this lightning been all stream? It's because I don't have the freedom to talk like this during the stream, and then, you know, at the end is when I like get all the questions and I answer them. Yeah. After $5,000 you hopefully find what you like. This set has Hangul Legends? No. This doesn't have Hangul Legends. Oh, you mean like in general? Hangul Legends has Korean inspired by the OG, the grandfather of customs. Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, yeah, they do that a lot too. So. Oh yeah, and then obviously you're gonna have like inspired stuff, like in Mizu's or like whatever. Like it's like, oh, inspired by the popular animated series Avatar: The Last Airbender, and like, the interior has the engraving, is the signature of the popular singer, blah 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 blah, and you'll never see it again after you close the case, even if you open the case maybe twice a year, but it's there, you know it. it's there, intact, protected from the sunlight and the outside world. Ask your local Bruce Wayne to sponsor you. You know, it's just how it goes. Just how it goes with keyboards and all the things that are hyped up. Yeah. You should get into marketing. I think I'll be a decent marketer for sure. I'm good like bartering and shit, but I'm kind of cheap, so I have a feeling I tick people off with those things too. I'm kind of obnoxious. I have to be honest. I know that some people find me obnoxious. Can you guest and check yourself, please? Because I need a full stream of lightning talking shit. How much does a 910 go for these days? Bagels. I've heard like 2 to 3 grand, but I feel like the market's so unpredictable as a seller's market right now that I feel like it could be anywhere. But I'll say most people will at least charge you 2 grand. People who are like aware that there's willing buyers. Yeah, I think that's the kind of like the issue of perpetuating high prices in the aftermarket is that the sellers are aware that there's like one at least, because all you need is a sample size of one. All you need is one person to buy it, right? No matter what price you throw at them, if they buy it, GG, transaction's done. So all people like will seek is that one person. So if they know there's someone out there who's like desperate enough to pay a price that's really, really high, they're gonna probably price it around there. What's with all the coolers in the back? Selling kidneys on the black market? You know it, buddy. You gotta afford them TGRs, man. Nah, just kidding. My parents send me stuff. So occasionally my mom has sent me like Korean side dishes and stuff, which is super, super nice of her. And she's used like coolers to send stuff because it's just easier to store and also easier to pack. But yeah, let's see. Do you like telling other people to buy stuff and never buy stuff yourself? I'm pretty honest, silly pears. I am super honest with how I feel about purchases. I tell people to buy it if they like it. I don't tell people just straight up buy it or do it. I mean, sometimes I do because I think it's nice. I wouldn't tell anyone to buy something that I think is not worthwhile. Because everyone has like stages of when they buy stuff, right? Like sometimes like people ask you like, hey, like should I buy this like KD75? I'm like, yeah. If you're like coming in and you want this first custom keyboard experience and you like that layout and whatnot, you should try it out. Like you should buy it to try it out. I don't think I see the harm in that, especially now because like, yeah, like because you could sell it in the aftermarket, and the thing is you can get your money back for sure, right? I'm not promoting people to sell it for a profit. I'm telling people you could get your money back if you're lucky. And if you're not, at most, it's a very small loss. What, 5%? 10%? Think about any other hobby. You open a box, it's 50% less. But not in this one, right? In this one, you can get 100% of your money back, even if it's used. There's not many hobbies out there in the world, in existence, that you can do that. Like, it's a luxury. People are spoiled for that reason, right? And people get mad. Oh my god, he was lowballing me over 150% profit instead of 200. You know, it's like, dude, can't complain. Heard from a reliable source that this hobby is a good way to make money. Okay, insane that using an item makes its price increase. Yeah, kind of weird, right? Anyway, I can do a typing test again. Because it's a nice board. It sounds really good. It sounds really nice with the plastic plate. I have to say, plastic plate in aluminum case is good. It doesn't have anything inside either. You guys didn't hear like there was no hollowness or anything to it, so that was pretty clean typing sound. It's not like it's actually not stiff, but it's also not too soft, which is pretty good. It's right in the middle. feeling wise, like bottoming out and stuff. I mean, the corners will always bend because that's the mounting points are not there. So I mean, it has a little bit of bounce to it, but it's not like crazy. It's still like a good feeling board. It was someone was trying to sell my pandas and it was 70 switches for 140 bucks. Damn. Did I get GMK Deku? I didn't, Gringo. I didn't like the colors, man. I didn't like the way they executed that one. Keys are pretty legit, pretty silly with pricing. Yeah, I almost don't buy in the aftermarket at this point. I pretty much don't buy much in the aftermarket now because it's just not sensible to me. Like, it's kind of escaped the realm of reason for me. I'm just like, yeah. It's not, I mean, I could be spoiled, but I also like just can't afford it. Like, I just can't, straight up, I just can't afford it. People are like, oh, but you could just sell a board and afford all these things. I'm like, yeah, but then I lose that thing that I like, right? But it's like, I don't like that other thing as much for me to do that. Like, I'm not incentivized enough to do that. That's why I prefer trading with people I know, or yeah, like, you know, reaching some sort of like nice agreement. Why are you everywhere, Gringo? Gringo is a avid Twitch streamer, watcher, and he's also a friend, so. Keep trying to sell my Nautilus Nightmare plus ISO for what I pay retail, and I can't get rid of it. Gotta wait till they fade out. Yeah, I mean, eventually it'll happen, right? Yeah. It's up to you. I mean, it depends on how much you need to, like, you need to get, or like how like, are you in a rush to get whatever money back, or do you want to give me some nice trades or keycaps? These guys soliciting. I'm just because I'm streaming doesn't mean I'm soliciting trades, eh? But yeah, we can do this typing test again if you guys like to hear it again. Alright, cool. Can I trade? I don't even have BSP sets, I think. Oh, I have one BSP set. But no, I don't want to trade it. I use it. I'm using it. Sorry. Alright. We can try this again. So again, this is a 910 with cherry mix blacks, basically, with milky tops. 2.5 grade 0, filled, 65 gram springs, and some PVT keycaps. These are Hammerworks CRP Tulip from round 2. Pretty nice. Good old PVT. Wait a second. The window's too low. I can't read it. Alright. That's all we have. My wife recently did a very cool My Hero Academia fan art. I'll link it here. I'll check it out later in a bit. It's pretty nice though. think it's opening it on the typing tests tab. It's okay, I'll open it later. Very nice board. Oh, for sure. Nice, very expensive, probably. If the client bought it in the aftermarket or traded for it or whatever, definitely not a cheap thing to get out there. Obviously, like expensive and parts that are okay. You know, parts are very expensive, but you know, if this is what's worth it for them, then you know, so be it. TGR 910, the original TGR 910. The difference between this and the other TGR 910s is actually pretty minuscule. It's actually none. I mean, this just has an engraving that says something out of 23, or in the SE case, it has like a double weight style, similar to the TGR JMB2. Has a number too, and then the inside's basically identical. This is identical. This is the same as the RE is the same. The CE is a wedge, so it has no handles, just a wedge. But that's the only difference. The TGR 910 has not changed really across its iterations. It's a very typical top mount keyboard for a 65%. Like, it just has symmetrical mounts, like 2, 4, 6, 8, something like that. Yeah. Or actually 2, 4, 6, 8. I like the handles on these. These are 8 degrees. I actually don't remember what the angle is. Might be 7, might be 8. I'm not sure. It's not too tall though. I wouldn't say it's super tall. Might be 7. Thinking about building numpad to get into building keyboards. Do you have any recommendations? Numpad? I would recommend a KVD pad actually by KVD fans. Or I would also recommend... Heine had a Heine pad thing going, but I'm not sure if that was... I think that was only if you got the TKL, so I don't think that's available. Some people might be able to sell their Noxery 220s. So Noxery, Zondat, he ran the 280 and 220 group by. So that was 280 is the TKL, 220 is the numpad. And maybe some people might sell numpads. So I would check in the market if there's any 220s out there. What else is a good numpad? There's so many. There's a lot. Oh yeah, AI03 KVD pad MK2 is excellent though. Like, best bang for your buck for sure. And I feel like not everybody uses numpad, so I think it shouldn't be as tough as I find as a keyboard kit nowadays. Thoughts on T1s and Zealios? Personally, not huge in either. I can't really attest for which of the two I prefer, but I mean they're both pretty similar in the sense that they're very tactile. But I heard that Zealios are more pronounced, so if you want a more pronounced bump, get Zealios. If you don't, get T1s. Bro, TGR, yo, Heine, what's up? How are you doing, my friend? The case as a minor flaw should be all light blue. I mean, that would be cool, but I mean, this is how they got it, probably. Why this man sounds like he's on NPR, so crisp, so clean? Oh, because I'm actually talking into the mic. And I'm very close. And also that there's no music, there's no fans, nothing. Are you gonna get the Bella board and KVD fans? Why? Which one is that again? Which one's the Bella? Is that the HHKB one? I don't remember. Chances are, I'm not sure. If you ask me about any purchase at the moment, chances are closer to no, because I legitimately don't have money to spend, and I'm going through a bit of a rough patch in life, and I need to get past it, get a bit of saving set aside, pad up, and then I'll try moving with keyboard purchases that I will like to do. Sell me RS, you already have one. What is some other electronic that you like to build yourself? Electronics that I like to build? Also, Ramen Champ Builds. Thank you so much for the follow and the Twitch subscription. Thank you so much. But what are some other electronics I would like to build for myself? I mean, I'm not into music as much anymore, but I like amps and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. I love to tinker around more with like Yeah, looking at audio, like tinkering with audio gear would be kind of cool. Not like audiophile stuff, or like just like tinkering around with instruments and stuff. Music stuff is always fun for me, cause I love music. Tinkering though, electronics wise. I mean, I already do quite a lot of tinkering because of my work, like line of work. It requires to do a lot of hardware. Yeah. Can you fix my electric Rubik's Cube? If I know how it works, maybe, but it kind of sounds tough. How'd the build turn out? Oh, very good. Very excellent. Muy bueno. People love it. This backspace brings all the boys to the yard. Can I get a quick type test? Okay, sure. Sure. You guys are getting spoiled with typing tests today just because I'm taking my sweet ass time building. Lucky you. I mean, and talking a lot today. Came back late, might be. No worries. It's all good. Alright, let's do this. Yeah. Sounds like the PE worked out. Yeah, it was a bit of a pain to get all the switches in, but you know, no problem for Mr. Lightning. No problemo. My bad. No, it's fine. You're fine. It's just the so I'm not sure if you know about the Nixie tops. You know the legs that clamp on the from the top housing to the bottom? Those are a little bit short. So like they would get caught up like at the edge of the plate. It's kind of annoying. But like it was minor. It was no big deal. Yeah, you just had to be careful, that's all. You just had to be slow, rather. Do subs get a discount for your services? Like probably not. Like I think I can work. I mean, I'm pretty negotiable. I can discuss it. But like, yeah. I think my prices are fair. Are my prices unfair? I mean, all my prices are pretty public. So I give you like a pretty good average number of how much it costs. It's mostly the shipping that actually might feel like it's gonna cost you a lot more. because you have to ship to me and then back. So, but I think my prices are fair. You should be paying me, pal. How about no? Were the Nixies decently smooth? They're very smooth. These are just as smooth as like some of the better vintage MX Blacks I've tried. So these are perfectly fine. I mean, also 205 grade 0 really gets rid of so much of the blemishes because it's just such a thick lube that it just works really well. Loving the lats. I think the lats work perfectly with the blue that's on the Tulip, so I think it works. I also put the light is set to a light blue, so it should look really good. Ah, really good. Can't speak. Mat is cool, has some calling colors. Yeah, so this mat is from GMK Ursa's group buy back in like, I don't know, it's been a while. But it was from Kono Store. So maybe if they restock, well, you can see more of them, but I'm not sure. You have to request it over to Kono people to restock it, please. Were 90 Zeal stems alone worth? Not too much, probably. Alright, I'm done. I'm done for today. It's been a longest stream. Well, longish. Oh my god, what the heck? Oh, I see, that's why. I'll probably set that up differently then. Let's see who's live, if anybody is live. Nice work, Mr. Lighting, as always. Thank you so much, Alpha Kilo, sir. Akarshi, of course. Excited for the next one? I am very excited for the next build as well. Next build should also be another very fun build, I think. I mean, or at least very premium, very nice. I think you guys will like it. Maybe it will not be so lit if you saw this. I don't know. It is lit, as the kids say. I know, right? The kids these days. Later, Tony Jabroni, thank you so much. Dan Millman, thank you. Thank you for flexing on us on this glorious Monday. I mean, this is not mine. I'm glad that you guys enjoyed it. Wait, what the heck? Max is streaming, so we could go raid Max, Mr. Max. I know that he came by earlier and he said that I was building a 910. He was building a 910. So if you want to see another 910 build, we can go raid Max. Do you guys want to see Max build another 910? He's building an SE, which is the friends and family version of this keyboard is the TGR 910 SE. So you guys can go check that out. So you guys can go check out the other. So 2 910s on the Monday. God, crazy. OG customs. All right. Max F Live. All right, my friends. I thank you so much for your company, and as always, your support. I really appreciate. There were a few anonymous cheers. I really want to thank you once again, whoever you are, but thank you. And yeah, build a Heine TKL1. Maybe one day I will. Pseudonym 21. Maybe one day I will. Alright, friends, I'll see you later. Thank you so much. Have a good one, and have fun at Max's stream. Thank you. Have a good night. 10 more seconds. 8 more seconds. I forget that it takes 10 seconds to raid. Well, now you're waiting for me. And we're off. Bye.